Hola, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están todos? Hello, everybody. What's going down? El día de hoy vamos a mirar este tema que se llama Mi ciudad. We're going to be talking about my city, your city, everybody's city. Y vamos a aprender cómo describirla. We're going to learn how to describe this beautiful city of ours. ¿Están listos para aprender cómo describir la ciudad en español? Are you ready to start describing your city in Spanish? Okay, let's do it. And as you know, we start off with a warm-up activity for 5 minutes. Y la actividad que vamos a hacer es de crear un acrónimo con esta palabra. What is the word? You got it, mi ciudad. Esa palabra la vamos a utilizar para crear un acrónimo. That's the word that we're using to create an acronym. And for the people that don't know, an acronym is simply a word that you use to create new words with each letter in that word that we have. In this situation, tenemos esta palabra, mi ciudad. Entonces vamos a utilizar mi ciudad to create new words. Y como pueden ver aquí, this is the word, mi ciudad. So, la letra M, letter M. ¿Qué palabra puedes crear con esta letra? With letter M. What word could you create with letter M? ¿Qué palabra puedes crear con la letra I? What word could you create with letter I? ¿Qué palabra puedes crear con la letra C? Con la letra I, con la letra U, letra D, letra A, letra D. So, a few words, a few letters actually. Tenemos muchas letras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letras. So 8 letters. And we have to create not just words, but mainly adjectives. Más que todo adjetivos para describir. Remember, we're describing our city. So we need to come up with words that we can use to describe, to tell our friends about, to basically brag about our city. Y yo he creado este acrónimo. I've created this one for myself, for my own city. And see if you can recognize some of these words. Vamos a ver si puedes reconocer alguna de estas palabras. Con la letra M, letter M, I came up with the word mágica. Similar to English, right? Magic. Mágica. La segunda, o número 2, internacional. Con la letra I, letter I, internacional. Letter C, letra C, caliente, en el verano especialmente. In summer, my city gets really hot. So, caliente. Letra I, interesante. Interesting, interesante. Letra U, urbanizada. So it's livable and it's got parks, it's got a library, it's got, you know, everything is accessible for people to live in it. Está urbanizada. Divertida. Fun. It's fun to live here. Divertida. Amigable. Friendly. It's a friendly place. You can meet new people, go around and say hi to everyone. Puede saludar a las personas. Es una ciudad amigable. Y divina. Pretty, right? Divine. It's how you describe something that you like being at. It's a good place to be at. Divina. Y ese es mi acrónimo. So what is your acronym? Would you be using the same words? ¿Usarías las mismas palabras o palabras diferentes? Ahora pasamos a esta actividad. Now, as you all know, we move on to an activity where we practice some vocab and grammar. Vamos a practicar algo de vocabulario y gramática con esta actividad que siempre hacemos. Y aquí tenemos más adjetivos. We see here more adjectives to describe a city. How can we learn from these adjectives to add to our repertoire of adjectives? Más adjetivos para describirla, ¿ok? Moderna, modern. It's una ciudad moderna. La ciudad, una ciudad moderna. A modern city, una ciudad grande. Una ciudad grande, big, a big place, right? Ciudad grande. Una ciudad bonita. Pretty, a pretty city. Calurosa. Hot. Yo la llamé de otra manera, right? I call it something else. Caliente, right? It's the same, right? Calurosa, caliente. Limpia, clean. Barata. Affordable, cheap. Affordable, barata. What is here? Antigua. Yeah. Old. Kind of sounds like antique, right? So, antigua. Old. Pequeña. Well, some suburbs could be small. Pequeña. My city is big, so maybe not this one. What about yours? Pequeña. Fea. Some areas could be a little feas. Un poco feas. Fría. No mucho. Only in summer. I mean, I'm sorry, only in winter. But not even. Cold, right? Fría. Sucia. Dirty. Some areas, yes, for sure. Dirty. Sucia. Cara. Expensive. Okay, so this is like the opposite, right? What is... Estamos viendo los opuestos, ¿verdad? Moderna, lo opuesto sería antigua. Modern, old. Big, grande, pequeña, small. Bonita, pretty. The opposite, fea. Calurosa, lo opuesto, fría. Limpia, clean. Lo opuesto, sucia. The opposite, sucia. Barata. On one side here, lo opuesto, cara. Okay, good. So did you like any of these adjectives? How would you describe your city if you were to use some of these adjectives here? Let me know. Okay, lo que he hecho aquí es elegir alguno de estos, solo alguno de estos adjetivos para, más que todo, practicarlos. So I've chosen some of these adjectives so that we can practice them one by one. I think I've picked like 5. Solo he escogido 5 que vamos a practicarlos. Entonces, el primer adjetivo es antigua. Old. If a place is... Si un lugar es antiguo o una ciudad es antigua, es old, es ancient. Así como en la figura, like you see in the pictures, an old city. Parece como Italia, ¿verdad? Looks like Italy here. Grande. I think everybody knows this word. Una ciudad grande, una ciudad enorme could be. So grande, grande. Limpia, una ciudad limpia porque las personas ayudan a recolectar basura. So it's a clean city or a clean place because people usually help out, collecting trash, picking up trash, and all that, as you see here in the picture. Calurosa, hot. Si es una ciudad en Sudamérica como la mía, entonces va a ser calurosa. Si es una ciudad que está en el norte, quizás sea un poco más fría. So if you live in a southern city like myself, then it might be really calurosa. But if you're up north, not so much. Fría, ¿tu ciudad es fría o calurosa? O caliente, ¿tu ciudad es fría o caliente? Como dijimos, if you live up north on the northern hemisphere, then you could face cold weather. Puede ser fría si vives en un lugar del norte, en el hemisferio norte. Fría, okay, fría. Okay, before we move on to the video, I need to, I always need to remember how to make sure I'm, oh, there it is. Let me just make sure I share the sound with you guys because I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Now you should be able to listen to the audio for the video we're gonna watch. Ahora ya puedes escuchar el audio del video que vamos a mirar. Entonces, trata de reconocer las 4 palabras que hemos aprendido hoy. Yo dije que era 5, ¿verdad? Pero no, mentí. There's only gonna be 4 words, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, no, 5. Antigua, grande, limpia, calurosa. So, 5 palabras nuevas de adjetivos. 5 adjetivos nuevos. 5 adjectives. 5 new adjectives that we're going to be using and remembering before we see the video.
There are certain adjectives in Spanish that can change position without changing meaning. Now, the best 2 examples of this are bueno and malo. So we can use these options interchangeably and they have no change in meaning. So for example, it's a nice day, hace un buen día, or hace un día bueno. It's a good movie, es una buena película, es una película buena. Now just note that when we're using bueno with a masculine object, when it goes before, we have to drop the O, but afterwards we keep it. Es un buen libro, es un libro bueno.
Interesting, huh? Let's watch it one more time to see what he's talking about, because I didn't even get it the first time.
Certain adjectives in Spanish that can change position without changing meaning. Now, the best 2 examples of this are bueno and malo. So we can use these options interchangeably and they have no change in meaning. So for example, it's a nice day, hace un buen día, or hace un día bueno. It's a good movie, es una buena película, es una película buena. Now just note that when we're using bueno with a masculine object, when it goes before, we have to drop the O, but afterwards we keep it. Es un buen libro, es un libro bueno.
Oh, so he's playing with the adjectives in front or at the end. But that's another topic. The main thing here is for you to see how he uses the adjectives. So adjectives can be used before the noun or after the noun. And sometimes that changes how you spell it and the pronunciation, of course. But ultimately, what I want you to get out of this is the fact that he uses adjectives, and the adjective that he was focusing on today was bueno or buena. So let's see if we saw any of these here. Well, we didn't, right? We only saw Antigua, Antiguo. When could it be Antiguo? Grande, granda? No, right? Limpia, limpio. Yeah, sometimes una ciudad limpia. Ciudad, feminine, limpia, with A. But if it's a masculine word, then it would be limpio. Calurosa o caluroso. We're talking about the city. Again, city is feminine, so calurosa. Fría, the city again, fría. But if you're talking about the weather comes from a masculine frame. And so it would be frío. El clima es frío. El clima está frío. Right? But that's, like I said, that's another class. So now we're gonna talk about, actually, we're not gonna talk about anything. We're just gonna do a role play like we usually do in this section. Y vamos a ver esta conversación. We're gonna do this conversation. You will be yellow. Actually, I'll be yellow and you will be blue. Tú eres amarillo. Yo soy amarillo. I'm sorry. Yo soy amarillo y tú eres azul. Hola, ¿dónde vives? Vivo en Los Ángeles. Los Ángeles es enorme con mucha gente. Sí, pero solo en algunas áreas. ¿Y cómo es Nueva York? ¿De verdad? ¿La renta es barata? Okay, how did you do? How did it feel? I hope it felt pretty good for you guys. Ahora vamos a hacer lo contrario. We're gonna do the opposite now. You will be yellow and I will be blue. Okay, take it away. You start. Vivo en Nueva York, ¿y tú? Los Ángeles es muy grande, ¿verdad? ¿Y la renta es cara? Nueva York es similar a Los Ángeles. Sí, es una ciudad grande, bonita y con muchas personas. Al contrario, es muy cara. Good. Awesome, guys. Muy bien, muy bien. Y la última parte llegamos al final, que es, y ya tú sabes que tenemos que grabarnos. I mean, you already know how we do the last part is to videotape yourself saying 5 adjectives, 5 adjetivos que has aprendido hoy. Frío, fría, about your city, acerca de tu ciudad. What 5 adjectives from this lesson could you think of and use your phone to videotape yourself and be like, mi ciudad es limpia, mi ciudad es calurosa, mi ciudad es bonita, mi ciudad es grande, mi ciudad es fría. And see, you got it. You made a video and now you can share it with your friends. And if you're shy, you don't share it with anyone. Just look at it and see how you pronounce the words. Become a detective on the things that you're saying, how you're using the language, how you're pronouncing everything. Y bueno, eso es todo por el día de hoy. That's it for today. Gracias por estar acá y cualquier sugerencia, cualquier cosa que me tengan que decir acerca de estos videos, let me know in the comments. Share your maybe feedback that you have, share suggestions. that you can think of and that may help me improve the quality of information that I share on these videos. And so if you can do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So, gracias a todos. Hasta luego.